starting at around 1990, we were doing community projects all over the city. Concrete Couch was looking for a home. When this came up as a potential site, it kind of rose to the top because it's right here on the edge of a neighborhood we've worked in for a long time. That really is the area of town that is most underserved. And it was a site that was really challenged. It's an old industrial site, and there was 40 or 50 years of unpermitted dumping of old concrete and asphalt. And then it was just a trash land that people were camping on and leaving all kinds of refuse. When we came and looked at it, of course we saw the challenges, but we thought there were lots of opportunities. We did receive a housing and urban development grant to do cleanup. We would have needed a grant 1,000 times bigger to actually remove all the asphalt and concrete that was dumped here. But it enabled us to remove all the most obvious piles. First and foremost, we're cleaning it up, we're improving the ecology, we're putting in trails. We really do focus a lot on job training and building a lot with a little and building with recycled. Through the winter, we had a lot of school groups here, community prep school, deaf and blind school, number of community orgs coming in. Well, COVID hit, and clearly we were not meeting out here. Schools were out, we didn't know what we were doing. So we took off a couple of weeks and did 100 Zoom classes. And it was really pretty cool, especially the 15 or so that we had kids teach. We clearly couldn't do our normal summer camp, and we didn't want to keep doing Zoom. I mean, there was a time for Zoom, and then there was a time to get out in the land. And actually, this is a perfect place to get out. It's pretty easy to keep it safe. So we taught 100 sessions on the land with kids ages 9 through 17. Every time we have a community group, we do say, what could you imagine out here? What would you like to be involved with? And from that, we're collecting lots of ideas. So it is kind of a smorgasbord of things that we present. We now have trails, an adventure playground, gardens. Hop down. It's also an art space, and we've got some giant sculptures, a giant hammer and a giant flower, and lots of other little kid and community designed creations. And the whole west end, it's a community designed and built park. We also have a mosaic bouldering wall here.
It's really about teaching, like hard skills where it's like, this is how you mix mortar, or this is how you apply a tile to the wall, but it's also teaching them to think about like, oh, I can't just put my tiles wherever I want to. I have to think about like, where do I want to put these in relation to other things? So it's like kind of like problem solving in a way. They've learned these skills and use them to create something that they feel really proud of. They can say, now I know how to use a drill, or now I know how to drive nails. I think it was also a really important opportunity for the kids to connect with one another, because we are in a time where, we have to be distant.
As we restore the land and bring nature back into it, it's a great laboratory to learn all kinds of science and ecology techniques. So we take a weekly survey of the water, and we look at what's growing in there, and we look at the temperature, and we figure out the pH, and we look at flows. Those are all great introductory science things for kids and adults to do. Every time we see a hawk or we see a new creature that we haven't seen before, it's like, oh, wow, that's really cool, check that out. I think nature's coming back. So that has been really exciting. The overarching goal is really opportunity for people and for the community. What we create in this environment is a really nice way for people to share and build bonds with their neighbors.
And I feel like the potential for the land is huge, and it's really incredible to see what is possible when people come together and decide that they want to make something.